Now, if there's one thing I love, it's 90s geek culture, or perhaps more specifically, the 90s toy lines encapsulating it all. And for the record, I was born in 1997, so I kinda missed out on all of it. Instead, I got my 90s kick from Toyfare, a monthly toy collecting magazine that spotlighted, well, toys, and it's my favorite magazine. We had a bunch of issues in the house growing up, a lot of them being from the 90s, and I would spend hours as a little kid practically drooling at all the goodies inside that I could never actually own. I have nearly every issue today and still read them for fun, and recently I was thumbing through an older issue when I saw this little blurb about Lethargic Lad. Lethargic Lad was a comic book character by Greg Hyland who had debuted in the late 80s and was essentially a satirical take on superheroes. Instead of being energetic, charismatic, and ready for action, he was, well, lethargic. What began as a literal high school doodle eventually became a fairly big cult fan favorite amongst the indie comic community. He was such a hit, renowned writer and artist Alex Ross even spoofed his own work for a Lethargic Lad miniseries in 1996. And like many comic book characters, he eventually earned himself a toy line. Sorta. Not by way of McFarlane or Toy Biz, but more along the lines of Troy Walker. You see, Greg Hyland would make homemade dolls of Lethargic Lad that he would sell at conventions or through the mail for around $7 to $12 a piece depending on the size. Toyfare even gives the address to send away for one, which I've blocked out here because, well, as a gag I tried writing to it myself and yeah, realistically I was expecting this considering it has been nearly 3 decades. Anyways, I could barely find anything about them online. No eBay listings or really any listings, let alone mentions, save for 2 random Instagram users that happen to share their old ones from way back when. And I want one too, dang it. Luckily they don't exactly look hard to make, like, at all. Looks like I'll need one of those blank cloth dolls you find in the craft stores, some black pipe cleaners, and a Sharpie. I took a cloth doll, drew on some eyes and a mouth, some lines for his outfit, and of course a big shape of an L on his chest. And here I realize I forgot the pipe cleaners at home, cause I was in Vegas when I shot this and yeah, I pretty much just made Lethargic Luthor. Regardless, I can still make his cape, and luckily I found this bit of fabric at the store that could not have been more perfect. I cut some out, making sure the edges were a tad frayed like the real deal. I'm not sure how Greg did his capes, but seeing as how he attached the tag with scotch tape, that honestly wouldn't surprise me. But I decided to glue mine on. Alright, time to head back home and give him those pipe cleaners. Alright, now that I'm back home, I stuck 4-inch long pieces of black pipe cleaner in his head, and now his final form is complete.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane!
It's lethargic.
Oh, I get it. That's kind of funny.
Alright, this is gonna sound really corny, but Greg Hyland's story honestly inspires me, and just indie artists in general. People like R. Crumb or Matt Groening. Heck, I know I ragged on him, but I wasn't kidding in my Bob Spongy video when I said I kinda admire Troy Walker's hustle. There's something so cool to me about an artist just doing what they can with what they have because they have stories to tell and they're gonna tell them however they can. Sometimes the end result is a little less than impressive, but at the end of the day, they made their art and told their stories against all odds because true artists always find a way to. In my opinion, that's what art is all about.
Take it easy, it's just a drawing.
And the fact that I found out about Lethargic Lad from my practically lifelong favorite magazine, one that, as cheesy as it sounds, legit shaped who I am as far as my interests in pop culture goes, well, it just brings me back to better times and makes this little guy all the more special for me personally.
Tell me.